We are live. I'm starting early. I want to get rolling. I know there's a lot of competition out there with all sorts of great podcasts going on, but I appreciate anyone coming in. I've already seen Showtime LA, see Norm already in the house. Hey, we got a lot to talk about. Bad things happened. Straight up, that was an absolute disaster. No discussion needed. It was terrible. And we're going to talk about whatever we need to talk about with it. I want to start looking forward because there's games to be played, at least two more, hopefully more. But this is Tim Rogers, Blue Madness Podcast, a podcast from Dodgers 2080. And I do appreciate people coming out. Like I said, I did start a bit early, jumping the gun. I just want to get rolling. I want to get to bed at a decent hour. Let's get it started. So Showtime's in the house. Hello there. Normally coming in firing. I think it's a distinct possibility the Bet's future with the team is in question. If he continues to be invisible man in the playoffs, he still has big trade value and free up a lot of dollars. Again, Norm tells no lies. Real quick, you guys might see my background's a little jacked up a little bit. It's just being weird. But I'd rather deal with this. But, Mookie Betts. His legacy's front and center. I mean, I look at Mookie the way that we saw, kind of Corey Seager in 2019, didn't do anything, and in 2020 took off. Hopefully, Mookie's had plenty of postseason success. I mean, 2020, the Dodgers don't win the World Series without him. So, that is what it is. And I think that Mookie is a guy that knows he needs to step up. He's been in the cage all day today. And he better, let's just state the captain obvious. We better not see a podcast over these next few days. Nothing. We don't want to see any podcasts until the Dodgers have won the World Series. Then he can do that later. But come on. Ella Shiva's in the house. Dodger Blue 82 in the house. Mookie's got a lot. He's got a lot at stake, I think. His legacy as a Dodger is right up there with anybody's. And we'll talk about Doc. I agree. I do agree about Doc. I think there were some disturbing things that I saw yesterday. Obviously, hey, the fans, come on. Just don't do that. If you just don't. Just don't do that. But, some of that behavior from old Machado, he's just kind of a weirdo, and I'm not a fan. I wrote an article in 2018 when he was with the Dodgers about him, and I couldn't stand him. Jack Flaherty's jarring with him, and where's the rest of the team? Where's the rest of the team? Why wasn't every team member on that top step with Jack Flaherty? What the heck was that? They need to all be at the top step. I learned this, I believe I was in ninth grade. JV baseball. And there was a fight on the field. And some of us, first baseball fight, some of us didn't go on the field. I was one of them. And after the next day at practice, the coach had it out with us. He said, you're a team. There's a fight. You're all on the field. A few games later, something almost started to brew again. I was one of the first out of the dugout. These guys have been around. They should know. You're at the top step of the dugout with your teammate. Right or wrong. Now, I don't think when you give up 4 runs, you should be out there jabbering, but Machado is accusing him of hitting Tatis. There's no freaking way he hit Tatis on purpose. He was trying to pitch inside. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. That's baseball. He missed him, and he drilled him pretty good. But if I'm Tatis and I'm up, 3-1, I'm pretty happy. Yeah, my voice is never in sync. I can't get this thing right. I'm gonna have to spend a little extra time on that. I agree. It's just I don't know what's going on. I got to figure. I got a brand new computer and all that type of stuff. I still can't believe that. Well, let's yeah. There's a lot. We'll talk even more about Mookie. Yeah, I'm not sure. I just don't know. He does have. He's a 5'10". He's got no trade. He doesn't have to be traded, so if he didn't want to be. But I would think if he doesn't step it up, I don't think he's going to want to be around here. I'm going to be honest with you. And you know what? I'm wearing number 50 right now. I love me some Mookie Betts. He's a good dude. And I will never boo him because I think he's doing the best he can. But he's got to step into the moment. What about Dave Roberts' legacy? That's a good question. I got to be honest. A good leader would have had his whole team at the top step. Hopefully he had that conversation. You saw the Padres, the way they gathered together. Even Machado probably gave the weirdest speech ever. Who knows? He's such a dork. But yeah. So yeah, Doc, there's more to baseball than being a good ear. There is an extra level of leadership, which the manager does. There were times when I managed, and this is Little League and travel ball, okay? So it's not, but you know what? I would go fight for my players. If I saw something was wrong, I know it's not going to get overturned, but at least I'm going out to talk to the umpire. At least I'm doing that. I'm showing that my guys that I'm there for them. If a good teammate would have been at the top step. That's right, Mike. Welcome aboard. Danspiration, hey, good to see you. Tatis, he's weird. He's just kind of weird too, and I don't think he's liked around the league. I don't think bumping and grinding and all that type of stuff is proper behavior. I think he's a clown. I think Profar is a clown. I think Profar, no one should have thrown the ball at him. But boy, that dude, what a jackweed with those, stop messing around. Play the game. There is not a team, there is not a less likable team right now is a baseball purist than the Padres. And yet they still have some, the freaking Darvish was golden yesterday. That was a masterpiece. Yeah, he got some help from his defense. Jackson Merrill, what a player. And Schultz obviously doing a better job than I thought. Let's see. Anyway, we'll be spending $2 billion if we lose this series. Not my money. Yeah. I'm going to try to be positive. Where's Hayward for his speech? Yeah. Yeller sucked. The Padres in the National League West is the National League West of the Astros, just like them as much as the Astros right behind the Giants. Yeah, I can't stand them. They have a lot of Bush League players. So, yeah, I'm just not a huge fan of them at all. But there's Roberts' legacy. Yeah, he needs to make sure that his team is together. You do not leave one guy out there jabbering with Machado. And these guys need to know. You guys got to know better. You didn't support your teammate. 25 of you guys, shame on you for not supporting Jack Flaherty. Shame on you guys. Do better. Wilmer, don't say that yet, but I know, I get you. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, you can't blame the loss on Roberts, but the team fell apart. One team fell apart, one team gathered together. Look at the final score. You need someone to lead. Where's Teo? You'd think Teo, I thought Teo and Miggy would be right there. Yeah, Mike, I saw the video of him handing the ball and the guy threw the ball away. But then another ball came. If you saw, there was another video later. Another ball came over him. So that was way out of control. Yeah, I always wish the Dodgers would send more prospects to AFL, especially ones that I think are better. Even though there's some good ones in there, some underrated ones. I agree, Mike, about Robert shouldn't have to say anything, but that shows the culture that they have on that team. And he's a big part of that. He has to set the culture. I think this is a team that's full of very happy dudes. Yeah, it's good for Edgardo. He got it out of the way. Let's see. If Dodgers don't win the World Series, what team would want to win? Would you want to win the World Series? I don't even think about that. I will. So right now, I have a temporary subscription to Fubo or whatever, Fubo. Lasts till Friday night. If the Dodgers are out, I'm done. I'm not gonna waste money. If Dodgers are in, I will be getting another month. And we'll be doing this stuff. I'll be spending a lot of more time doing this, and studying theology and church history. I love that stuff. Let's see. Norm, I think Betts is a bit intimidated by Ohtani, who took his alpha status in 1 year. Mookie may be a nice guy, but he has a big ego. I think the idea of being second fiddle has gotten him. He's not. So I've been in the clubhouse. He's not an alpha. He's just a dude. He's in and out of the clubhouse pretty quick, unless he's has to get interviewed. He's in and out quick. He's a competitor, and he's as a perfectionist, but I don't see him as an alpha. And so, and I've been in the clubhouse parts of 3 years, just off and on though, just a few times, but yeah. Yeah, Robert, Mike again. He sets the tone, but yeah, it should have been automatic. They should have all known that. I agree there. So hopefully Robert's had it out with them. He should have. You should have it out. You've got to have it out with those guys. Yeah, King Yellowman. Yeah, if they lose this series, you cannot renew Roberts. He's got to go next. He's got to be next year. 1 year, when he wins it, he's back. Players need to be held accountable too. If you're out there taunting fans, what do you think it's going to happen? You and taunt a pit bull behind a fence, pathetic fan base. Yeah, it's a both, right? Those players should not be doing that. It is against the rules. Someone pointed, I can't remember. I saw it in the rule book. On a tweet. You can't do that stuff. So the umpires got to take care of that stuff. So this is a game got out of control. You get alcohol with the fans. I tweeted it out either last night or today. I've been at Petco, and many times, of course, and three times I've been threatened with violence for wearing the wrong colors or rooting for the wrong team. So it's all over the place. Man, if you can't handle your alcohol, just stay away from it. Go to the game, enjoy yourself. But if you can't handle your alcohol and you're going to go fight somebody, sometimes I'm just going to take it. I'm going to have someone clock me, and I'm going to sue them, and I'm never working again. I just got to find the right person to clock me. They got to have some money. But usually these poor drunk fools, or foos, as a Dodger Gus guy would say, they're not. They're just wasting all their money, and they're a bunch of alkies. Yeah, everyone's got to be accountable. That was a disaster. The umpires got to control this game. The managers got to control the game, control their players, and fans. You can say what you want, but if you put it this way, if you're going to say terribly insulting things and thinking you're set, you're not. Someday they're going to come after you. If Kelly was on the playoff roster, he would have given a few brushback pitches to Machado. Yeah. Mookie is definitely not an alpha. Exactly. Oh, please give me 3K. I would appreciate that. That's on me, though. That's on me. I need to at least, well, during the off season there'll be more because I spend time watching the games, and then everything's kind of, the times are just, right now I'm going against everybody. Doug was going already. I think Bleed Los is going. I'm going to be going against, Jeff and Vince. Appreciate you all being here, though. Particularly you, Garbage, and Darvish. Where is it? Where'd it go? You Garbage only performs versus Dodgers. Couldn't perform for us in the 2017 World Series. Yeah, we know what happened there. They got into his head with the cheating. And by saying, they said, after Game 3, they said, oh, he was tipping his pitches. He was tipping his pitches. Chase Utley couldn't find one clue that he was tipping his pitches. They were saying that to get into his head. They were cheating. And so they had it in his head that he was tipping pitches, and it freaked him out. So he was soft there. So Dodgers, play some games with him. Can't afford to get drunk at the stadium with $15 beers. I know. Go to the Yard House before. Yeah, I saw that DJ Jesse. Sending video of Machado's thing there. He should at least get fined, right? He should at least get fined. Let me do what's our topic? Topics on the table. I want to talk sports with you. If you know, you know. All right. So for Flushing Game 2, all right, we've talked about it. Starting pitching has not done what we needed to do. Flaherty was okay, but that ain't good enough. Giving up a 2-run jack to David Peralta with 2 outs is inexcusable. Inexcusable. Do better. You cannot do that. Offense kind of died. Darvish was good. They had their opportunities, and that ball that Edmund hit to Arias, he didn't make a great play. He just was right at him. He jumped. He didn't have to jump. Caught the ball, tagged the base. Inning over. That was a game changer. They were getting Darvish on the ropes, getting his pitch count up, and then all of a sudden he just locked in. And that's the way it is with Darvish. You have to get to him early. You get to him, you can get him out in 3 innings. You have to get a couple, knock him around, get 2 or 3 off him in the first 2, and you can get him in the third. Get those pitch count because he does melt down a little bit. But I have nothing against Darvish for 2017 in terms of, he was cheated. He's a good dude. He deserved a 2017 ring. That's for sure. Buehler needs to go at least 5 and give up no more than 4 runs. The lineup needs to get King's pitch count up and get him out in 5 as well to have a shot at Game 3. Offense has to win. Yeah, King, Michael King, has been very good against the Dodgers, no doubt. But if you watch him last time, man, he misses the zone a lot. You got to make, man, all right, this is the way I still think they should approach at-bats. No strikes on you. No strikes on you. You're just looking for your pitch. Okay? You're zoning, go, this is my zone. I'm only swinging if the ball is in that part of the zone. With strike 1, you expand it a little bit. And with 2 strikes, you have to go even a little outside the zone. But you can't just go up there and start swinging at crap. You start swinging at crap, Michael King's going to be at 30 pitches in 3 innings. But if you can make him work, Muncy, gosh, man, we need you, buddy. We need you, buddy. Now, Walker Buehler. So no matter what happens with Walker, his legacy with me is a stud. 2018, 2019, 2020, he's one of the greatest short little runs there of playoff pitching that we've ever seen. He had one flub where he gave up the grand slam to Gant. I said Gant. Tim. Acuna. Ron Gant, where'd that come from? Whew, that's a long time ago. Last time he was with the Braves, 1993, 1994. Yeah, so, but yeah, he's a legend. I mean, in 2018, I was there for game 3. Should have got the win, but they abused Kenley. And then 2019 he was the only good starter. He was legit. Should have won game 5. Thanks, Dave Roberts. That was terrible. 2020 it was carrying the team again, just doing his thing, just being key the whole time. Buehler does live for these moments. His stuff isn't as good, but if anyone can find a way, it's Walker Buehler. If anyone can find a way, it's Walker Buehler. Straight up. We know this. We know this. I think he's going to hopefully find a way. I was tempted to think, what about a bullpen game tomorrow? And why do I say for tomorrow? I say tomorrow because a lot of the guys are rested. And for some reason, if Buehler doesn't go 5, we're screwed. It's over. Because that means Knack has no coverage. So that's what is going to have to happen. That has to happen. Walker has to go 5 or 6, or you go with the bullpen game tomorrow, blow them out, and then you just piggyback Buehler and Knack the next day. But if you get the win, I think the bullpen game would win us game 3. That's what I would do. That's exactly what I would do. Now, for some reason, they win tomorrow, and Walker does a lot of good things, and he can go 5 or 6. I go bullpen game for game 4, with Nat getting maybe one run through one time around the order. That's what I would do, and just do everyone else. That's what I would do. And then for game 5, they can. I would start. I don't know, man. Yamamoto's been owned by the Padres. I think I'd go Flaherty over Yamamoto. He's available if needed. But there's just something about what he's doing. It ain't working against the Padres. If it was any other team, I'd go with Yamamoto, be honest with you. Let's see. Knack has the stuff to shut down any team. Yeah. But he can go. Give me 5 and 2. Same with Walker. But yeah, the Dodgers, it is going to come down to the offense. Freddie Freeman's not going to be in the lineup. Okay? So I think you've all probably heard that. No Freddie tomorrow. It's okay, Kike. Next man up. There's no excuses. Next man up. And Kike Hernandez is that next man. So Kike, I mean, he almost drove one out in his at bat when he came in for Freddie. Yeah. So they're going, I don't know what the order is going to be. I guess, I don't know. I would go. I would not move Muncy to 3rd. And in fact, boy, if Mookie has another bad game, he's down to 6th or 7th next game. Yeah, I agree with you, Yellow Man. I agree on that, on Yamamoto. I think Walker can go 5. But yeah, the hope is the offense. That's why I would go with the bullpen game tomorrow. I would just do that. You gotta lock up game 3. You gotta lock it up. Yeah, Ohtani, he can't try to carry the team by himself, and he really needs some support. Because if they're not going to pitch, they won't give him good stuff to hit, and he's starts swinging outside the zone. Think next pitching style works against lineup SD. Yeah, they like the breaking ball a lot though. We'll see. And there's going to be a nerve. So that's the other thing. You're going to have a nerve aspect, and I'll give Anthony Banda a little bit of credit. His first time in a playoff game. Yeah, he first time. Almost first pitch gave up a hit. After that, he was fine. So he gets that out of his system. Edgardo Enriquez gets it out of his system. They just need to get that out of the system. So, I think he could be effective if needed. I think it's just get down. That was just where they were at. And you could see the Padres play with a lot of emotion. The Dodgers need some of that. And you know what? You can't let them get the freaking lead first. You have to take the lead. They have to punch them in the mouth first. Punch them hard. And don't let off the gas. That's what they always do, right? They'll score 3 or 4 runs and then they stop. You cannot let the Padres in the game. Their emotions they take over. Just can't have that. Let's see. See you later says, I've already accepted the fact these guys make millions, have mansions by playing a kid's game. They don't care. Set for life, so why should I be bent out of shape? I've been speculating about that all year with some of these guys. Fat and happy. Beautiful wives, beautiful kids, got all the money, got the houses. They got it all. They got all the world can offer. So do some of these other players. But, some of these guys have rings too. Maybe maybe when you go get some hungry guys. It was brought up, develop our own guys. Get them hungry. Let them get hungry. Let them develop like Jock and Corey did, and even Cody with their own big moments. They were hungry to win together because they grew up together. There's a difference. Those guys are always going to be bonded. The 2015 to 2020 team, they're very bonded. Guys like Mookie and Freddie, they're great players, Ohtani, but they're not true Dodgers, if you know what I mean. That's just what I think. Let's see. Yeah. King hittable for sure. Let's hope so. I think so too. I think you just got to wait him out. That guy can't wait for the off season, so the way they can travel, they don't care. That's what I am afraid of some of that. But a guy, some of these guys got to be hungry. Like Teo, he wants to get paid. But yeah, some of these guys, they're locked in. They're freaking locked in. No matter what, they're going to get paid $1 jillion. So, you know what? We'll see what happens. This channel will definitely have some off-season opinions, for sure. And I'm going to be even more opinionated, I think, than last year. I'm just going to be. There's no sacred cows. It's hard to figure out Nat because he does work all 4 quadrants. Yeah, And that's that was what Darvish. Well, mostly low and in, low and away, just moving it all around. It's your boy. Hope the Dodgers realize the Padres and their fans are going to come in heated and ready for them. Absolutely, after what's happened the last 2 games, especially with them being so chirpy. Yep. Oh, they're coming in hot. Dodgers got to be ready for it. Punch them in the mouth. Score some runs in the first inning, Dodgers, and it's over. Or you can get them down, and then you can just beat the crap out of them and bullpen the crap out of them. Just don't have the same guys face the same guys. That's stupid. These relievers are relievers for a reason because they don't face the same guy over and over very well. It doesn't work. Yeah, San Diego plays like the Clippers. Well, they are San Diego Clippers. A lot of emotion and chest thumpers. If they don't give them a reason for hope, they pack it in. Absolutely. Punch them in the mouth. Friedman can't develop position players. He's had his moments, but I ain't disagreeing. Sweeney's been playing good. Yeah, good for him. But, we ain't going anywhere, and we needed Flaherty. We'll see if it was worth it. Where's our Jackson Merrill at, Friedman? Would you think the organization vote is the most well-run would have one guy like him other than Smith? I know. Hey, Luxie's been all right. In the playoffs, and so I still have hope for Luxie. But yeah, I agree. And I really wish we had Corey Seager. Yeah, I think when we say Friedman, it's the organization. I'm hoping they just hire some more old school guys. And, it's okay to have someone with a little chip on their shoulder. I know they draft a lot of nice kids. You don't have to go pick Machados, but ain't nothing wrong. Man, they were 2 picks away from Merrill. We got Bruns. I would pay money to a reporter to ask Friedman about his drafting and position players in the X interview. This needs to be addressed. Hey, if I ever get a chance to ask him again, I will. And I may. Who knows? Maybe I'll get a shot with the exit because it'll be a Zoom thing. Dodgers haven't drafted higher, even in a decent position, because of being over the tax threshold for so many years. Yeah, but you know what? I mean, the Padres got Jackson Merrill, 27th pick. Gunnar Henderson, second round, right? They drafted Cody Hosey and Michael Bush over him. So they're missing out on something. Let's hope they've done better. Let's hope maybe Kendall George, but definitely the new guy, Kellon, whatever, the young guy, the young shortstop. Hopefully, I'm excited for drafting an 18-year-old shortstop. I really am. Besides the top 3, would you shake up the lineup? Only Mookie and Muncy. I wouldn't be surprised if Gavin Lux is batting third tomorrow. I might do that. Yeah, they've had a lot of misses. I mean, and I love the dude. Jaron Kendall was a huge miss. That is what it is. Great kid. Just couldn't make contact. I hope he's doing well. Because it really treated me well, and I wish him the best. But yeah, there's all sorts of guys that have been missed, and yeah, we'll see on some of these guys. Yeah, I just saw a heart. Yeah, likes would be really nice if you can just hit that like button. There's 22 of you. Yeah, Jake Vogel. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of them. Wait, what? What robbery incident? I'm in the middle of this. I'm getting taunted by a Padre fan. Got to win it first. This beat LA is still the stupidest thing. Tell me more about that. Purple Drank writes, if Dave Roberts leads the Dodgers to a world championship, then I'll give him full permission to go physically commit battery to anybody he wants to during the offseason. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Oh, jeez. Walker Buehler is reportedly robbed by a mob in a Santa Anita park and lost his watch, then worth over $100,000. Bruh. Good Lord. Well, hopefully it was insured. Dang, that just sucks. That's a bummer. Yeah, it's a bummer. Yeah. Bummer. Yeah, I know. You just got it's. Wait, am I? Frozen? Oh, great. Can you still hear the volume? Okay, we're not frozen. Okay. Um, yeah, time to use some common sense, folks. Um, I don't know if y'all heard our big cities are trash. There's crime running rampant. There's not enough law enforcement, and half the law enforcement isn't trained well enough. Be careful out there, okay, folks? Nah, Bueller's, if anything, Bueller's tough mentally. It might even give him a chip on the shoulder. But yeah, I would just hope, more for his wife. Probably maybe had his kid with him too, little Finley, baby girl. So hopefully I hope everything's okay. Let's, pray for that. Yeah, 100K on a watch. I know. I feel bad for an Apple Watch, I probably spent $400 on this thing, 2020. I use it like crazy, though, that's for sure. Yeah, bummer. It's not news I like to hear. Mobbed. Horse racing, he was in Arcadia, okay. Was it last weekend? Or during the week? Okay. Oh. I just hope, yeah, just like I said, I hope he's all right. Hope his family's okay. And hope those guys get caught and have terminal diarrhea, or at least for a bit. All of them. Yeah, it's a bummer. Yep, wife and baby. Yep. Okay, what else? What else was a topic on the table? Okay, so we've talked about Walker. His stuff isn't the same, but he is still Walker Buehler, and I think he'll come in mentally ready for this. But his stuff can only do so much. He is also one of the smartest pitchers they have, and they better have a good game plan. These Padre hitters, they're hot right now. It's a very solid line, really good lineup. Really good 1-9. And Doyers a good 1-9. He's got to step it up. Just got to step it up. And so it's Walker Buehler. So let's talk more about Mookie Betts. Wish he was a lifetime Dodger. There's so much to like about the guy. And he's putting the pressure on himself. This is making it worse, actually. Yeah, he doesn't have swing and miss stuff. He needs pinpoint control and good defense. Absolutely. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. But, he gets, hopefully there's an umpire that's going to give him some corners. That umpire yesterday, man, took some away from Flaherty. Man, I haven't looked at the umpire audit yet. I'm going to look at that really quick. Umpire auditor. Oh, they didn't have it. Yeah, bummer. Or is it? No, scorecard, right? Umpire scorecards. There it is. He was impactful calls. Flaherty to Higgy. 1 out, bases empty. 2-0, balls called a strike. Okay, so that's one he got. Top third, Flaherty to Machado, 2 runners on. Second, 2-0, balls called a strike. Okay, well, I got some there. And then he had a strike called a ball. So, overall, .0 rate. So, pretty good game. There was some low, but actually the scorecards looks good. William Dilliam's got to show up, or you might as well put Austin Barnes back there. He'll call a better game. So the good news, it's not over. Mookie is putting pressure on himself. We can see that. But I think he just couple hits. He gets 2 hits tomorrow. It's going to change things. He's not going to have Freddie back in him. He's going to have someone else behind him. Might just be Gavin Lux. Maybe he'll get some, some pitch around him and let Lux do his thing. I don't know. He feels the pressure because he's been bad. He's 3 for 44 or something like that over the last 3 years. That's absolutely horrid. That's absolutely horrid. So the pressure's on himself. This has nothing to do with Ohtani. This has been going on. He just hasn't stepped up, and he needs to. And if not, he's going to be one of the least liked Dodger players, and that would suck. I think he's great, but I would understand all the sentiment too. I'm not going to tell anyone how to be a fan. Yeah, we talked about Buehler getting robbed. It's a real bummer. Hopefully his wife and child and everything's okay. I would hit Edman second and drop Mookie to third with Teo at cleanup. The thing with Edman, though, he's not that good from the left side. But if he's willing to lay down a bunt, that would be all right. He's got the speed. Maybe, go kind of old school, right? To something like that. Yeah, move Mookie. Just move him or something. Yeah, shake it up. Offseason objective this year, I'm not talking too much about it, but acquire batters with high bat speed. Mookie, Smith, Freddie all rank low in terms of bat speed. At this point, I think it correlates with postseason success. Maybe. Yeah, I'm just looking for answers. I don't know anymore. I know. All these guys have great seasons. We know they're really good players. Great. Some of them in the Hall of Fame, possibly. I think Mookie's putting too much pressure on himself, no name. Because he's in a hole. He's in a terrible hole. He knows it too. He knows the fans are turning against him. And let's be really clear. I've talked to like at work today, I was talking to baseball type people. Rojas should know how to bunt, but he doesn't. Can't do it. I was talking to a lot of, mostly Padre fans because I'm in San Diego. And I told them about Mookie having Fernando Tatis on his podcast the day after they got beat. And they just laughed. You got to be kidding me. Those optics are so awful. I'm not saying Mookie can't do podcasts. But dang, dude. Read the room. Read the frickin' room. Schwarber, Harper, playoff legends got incredible bat speed. That's why I wasn't concerned with Ohtani in October. Yeah. I get you. Well, and the bat speed for those guys isn't going to go up. So, we'll have plenty to talk about in the off season. Hopefully the off season doesn't start soon. And let's remember this. The Dodgers were playing the Rockies and were down. And if they would have lost, that was the most important game to win that division. They needed to win that game, and they came off the mat and they ended up winning. Yeah. So there's something there on this team. I think there's something extra. I hope they can summon that again. Yeah. Why was he on Kimmel last week? Just, dude, stay out of it. I know you don't, Mookie. I know you don't have to work 7/24 on baseball, but at least put up a better facade than that. You just have to just be better. I got to have something to do when my playing career is over. No, you don't. And he's really good at podcasting. I mean, he's really good. He's one of the best I've seen. Just so natural. He's got the money. He's going to have plenty of things to do when he retires in, 9 years. Yeah, trying to search for traits that lead to playoff success. I mean, yeah. I mean, there's we'll see. It's 2 games. Muncy and Betts have done 0. They need to do something. It can't be all Mr. Ohtani. That's for sure. Because the rest of the team does better, Ohtani will do better. But if you put Edman number 2, they ain't pitching to him. But you know what? Why? I'm not pitched to Ohtani anyway. With the way Mookie Betts is going, I am definitely putting the pressure on Mookie Betts. I might even, if it's first and second, no matter the outs, I still might walk Ohtani and make Mookie beat you. I would do that if I were them. Oh, if Mookie did a podcast today, it's over. He might as well just pack his bags. That would just mean he doesn't want to be here. Yeah. It's about the approach lineup is too many power over contact hitters. Yep. Yep. I mean, the Padres nickel and dime, they didn't, very few strikeouts yesterday. Tomorrow night, Dodgers win. I have to predict that. I will. That's my heart. The head says, I said it on the podcast on Saturday. My head said the Padres win it. My heart says Dodgers. And I'm still that way. Dodgers got to show it. And they got to keep showing it. This is a team that I want to believe in. What do you mean 100 million? 140 million. Dodgers in 4. I like what you're saying, Life Journey. I do. I'm trying to be as optimistic as I can. And I think Mookie Betts breaks out of it tomorrow. I think Walker Buehler gives us a good solid 4 or 5. Hopefully 5. Stay in the game. The offense has, put it this way. In all the series, the offense just has to have one game better each series. They can have, like in this series, they can have 2 games off. As long as they come back and do their thing. They have 1 off. You get 1 more. But that's it. And then if they go to the next round, they get to have 3 off. But they have to win those other 4. Same with the World Series. Dodgers in 3. I like it. Here you go. Did it happen? Did it really happen? I guess front office sees stats like the ones where teams that outslug their opponents win like 80% of the time and want power. Forget the exact stat, but something like that. Yeah. It's a combination, but yeah, you got to be able to put the bat on the ball. And Padres put the bat on the ball yesterday, let's be honest. And they put the bat over the ball and put it over the wall. But that was more at the end. The home runs off of Michael Grove and Edgardo that was just garbage time. Pound the zone, get it over with. And go home. They gave up. And really, they gave up after all that incident. They had a chance to deal with Darvish, and they didn't do it. Freedom is inches away from the roster destruct button. I would think so, too. Absolutely. Yeah, maybe let the game flow, yeah. And now the pressure's on them. Let's see if they can step it up. So I remember 2020 NLCS. Dodgers were down 3-1, and I started writing my State of the Dodgers, and I was nasty. All in draft form. The only other person I think was Gail Johnson. She saw it in the drafts folder and read it. It was pretty hard. Pretty much hating all white people. Yeah, and just no heart. They didn't show any heart, but then they showed it. They ended up winning that series. They ended up winning the World Series. So that changed. But because they stepped up. Those guys wanted it bad. They knew that was their last time together. Let's see, holding unstocky wannabe outfielder and Dotton rushing and not getting Crochet looks questionable now. With Crochet, how many innings would he give us? I don't know. I just don't know. That's a great question, Life Journey. They might, who knows? Yeah, I hope the team adapts a we against everyone attitude in a hostile environment. Just exactly what the Padres did. I just don't know if they have it in them. Again, you had Jack Flaherty by himself, the top step of the dugout, and no one else there. Yeah, there's nothing worse than the 2018 World Series. That one didn't bother me near as much. 2017 they had that. Forget the cheating. They should have won that thing. They should have won it in 5 or 6 games. They just, Alex Wood adjusted. Him and Barnesy had double, triple signs, all these different things. Kershaw, I don't need to do that. Well, they picked you, and now your legacy is different. Now you don't trade all your catching prospects because he's not going to last forever as a catcher. Yeah, 2017 for me was the worst. 2018 I expected. The Red Sox were, in my opinion, were clearly a better team. Oh, personally, 2024 lost. Well, yeah, if they, I mean, well, for me that 2022. Well, there's so many, right? 2019 was the roughest for me. What a great team that was. And then 2022 was absolutely disgusting. They had enough to win that one. Was the Astros won that year? Yeah, they had enough to win that one. But they could have won. There's no. Honestly, think if Bruce Bochy was the manager instead of Dave Roberts, they'd have 3 rings at least right now in this era. I honestly believe that. The Dodgers haven't beat a better team in the playoffs since probably 2016. Just at Joseph Dutch. I think the offseason marks the end of Muncy, who would replace at third base. I don't know. Freedom was in shambles because 4 years ago I was expecting Cody Hosey to be holding down third right now. Gosh. And then they never gave him a chance this year. We need to stop being nice and play like the villains that we are. Exactly. Everyone hates us. 17 did suck for sure. 18 was worse for me because losing back to back, and was thinking to myself, can we get back to another year when losing again? But yeah, Sox were just better overall. Yeah, and they had 2021. They had the most talent in September, but then in within 3 days, Kirsch went down, Muncy went down. They misused Scherzer, which caused him to ripple. They misused Buehler because they pitched him on 3 days rest, and he never done it before, and they did it twice, and they wrecked his arm. The time Smith transition of catcher, yeah, but they're doing other stuff with those guys. Who knows? They like Rushing's bat a lot. Cartaya, we'll see. Might go with Barnes over Smith tomorrow. They won't, but I'm not. I'm I ain't fighting yet. Shorter swing might be a tougher at bat for King, who relies more on breaking stuff and won't overpower him, and he's going to call a better game. But Smith does throw a lot better than Barnesy. You put Barnes out there, it's almost an automatic bag. Jose needs to come up next year. They won't. If they didn't bring him up this year, it's crazy. No, they didn't bring him up. It was amazing. Here's a guy that they drafted in the first round. He finally has a good year at AAA, and he's healthy, and they didn't bring him up. He developed him to play when Smith moves. Was Julio out in the post? No, he was there. He was in there, but they misused him too. I actually advocated, but they used him as a reliever, like in the 7th inning. That was kind of weird. And he gave up a couple. Pages start tomorrow. I don't know. If this organization like someone bad, I'm concerned. Yeah, no. Yeah. I just don't know where you put Pages. They're gonna go with the platoons. I don't think they sit Edmund. That's the only spot. They burned Julio out. Yeah, he was And I had actually advocated in 2020 on pitching the bullpen. I didn't know they would do it when they did in that 7th inning. I'm going to think, I think it's going to be Gavin Lux going to be batting third tomorrow. I think the way, Lux, it should be Lux. Because Muncy hasn't hit anything. Uh-oh. Do we go out? Did I lose it? You guys still there? Lost all my numbers. What is going on? Someone just put a 1 in the chat if you're still there. Just something. I need to see if you're still there. Because I lost a bunch of stuff here. All my numbers. Weird. I'm going to do this. Refresh it. We're still here. Okay. Yeah, my numbers kind of went weird. Okay, thanks, Sal. Thank you. A few more minutes. I got a request. It's for you people that pray. I don't care about thoughts. I care about prayers. My son is in Orlando, and he's in the path of that hurricane. Also, my friend Danny is in Tampa. Please pray for them that they'll be safe. It's going to be rough. My son, he can't evacuate. There's been some weirdness with his girlfriend. Her employer are being D-bags. Thank you. I think Friedman will be making some significant trans team fall short. The FA market outside of Soto and Kim doesn't fit their most pressing needs. Soto. I'm just going to say it. Yeah, it's a good question. We'll have to look at those matchups. I haven't seen it yet. Where's my phone? Let me see if it might be on the preview for mañana. Yeah, I mean let's get Muncy going. I mean, if he can get him going, it'd be great. He just missed some balls I think he should have hit. Matchup: San Diego versus Buehler. They only have a few guys that have ever hit against him. Oh, this is this is all wrong. They have no stats. You guys stink. I don't have time to go. King had a really nice year. That was at least for this year, it was a really good return for them. If this team falls short, honestly, about trading Mookie for a good amount of pieces that will do good in the postseason and signing Juan Soto as crazy as that sounds, what do you think? Yes. Oh yeah, I guess I'll get to it if we get there. But if this team doesn't get through the first round, major changes in every area has to happen. Major. Yeah, I'm up or down on Teoscar. No more than 2 years. His bat's gonna fall off pretty soon. He's 31, but yeah, a couple years for him. I'd rather pay him high for 2 years, unless they want to do that long. I just don't want to keep guys on the roster. We got enough guys to long terms right now. Mookie and Freddie are not going to get better. They gave Mookie the bag, but disrespect Harper the 3-year deal. Yeah, they did, huh? And they really could have re-signed Machado too. I actually advocated for even though I wrote a bad article, not a bad article. I was a truthful article about he embarrassed the Dodgers in 2018. I thought he was an absolute embarrassment to the organization with his hustle and things like that. I just think they like Mookie better as a guy in Los Angeles. But Harper has proven that in the postseason he's a much better player. Mookie isn't getting younger, yeah. And they'd have to eat some money on that too. They would. Now next year I do see I think Pages is going to play right and Mookie's going to play second. It's going to be up to Gavin Lux to figure something out. Hopefully he does. I don't know if he gets it. I think Casey and I both agree he deserves another shot at shortstop. But they got Tommy Edman. They'll have Miggy Rowe. But if he can win it, that'd be great. We still have James Outman. I hope that James can get it back together. Friend of the show. Love that guy. Yeah. Yeah, he was pretty bad in the World Series. We did help him get there. And Manny, the last 2 months, that's the best he's been since 2022. I mean, his body's kind of breaking down, and that contract will not look good. But for them, if let's just put it this way: if the Padres win a World Series with these guys, all those contracts, the Cronenworth, all those terrible Bogarts, they're all worth it. If the Dodgers win the World Series, it's all worth it. So, yeah, I would expect to see major changes. You have to. You just can't. You can't roll the same dice over and over. The same. You just can't do the same thing over and over. It's a definition of insanity. Aeronetic, yeah. Rough is a kind word. So no. It was embarrassing on many levels. How about that? I think our blue can get one in SD. I do too. I hope so. I think Machado was pretty darn good. He wasn't the greatest player, but he helped get him to the World Series. And I was a fan of re-signing him. Again, a knucklehead, but I think on a team with guys like Justin Turner and things like that, he would have been really good. And so I don't think the Dodgers gave him much of an offer at all, if anything. So that was kind of insulting. So he's got that. He's got that. Thing. Not Mike's gonna go red. Not a popular opinion. Should have brought back Bauer for this year. To be honest, he should have been brought back in 2023. I mean, it's two-tiered system. With Bauer, it's one way, and for everyone else, it's another, and that's on purpose. Like him or not, it's two-tiered system. Azuna is out there still playing. All these other guys have come back. They wanted him out, so there's no one. No one will ever bring him back. His major league career is done. Is it me or yesterday's loss just lingered all day? Oh, it really lingered because guess what? I live in San Diego and I work in San Diego. I got to live that one. Unless they live on beachfront property, it would be okay. Aftermath, yeah, no power, water, dry place, limited transportation, communication, all challenging. Yeah, he's just got to. I kept texting, make sure, fill up if you have a tub, fill it up with water. If you don't have a tub, start getting some pots and pans, filling all those things out. Machado, Puig, Freeze was grit. Puig, yeah, they got rid of Puig that same at the end of the year also. They had enough. Freeze, though, man. Where was Game 5? Game 5, 2019, NLDS against the Nationals. And they start Matt Beatty at first and leave David Freese on the bench. Oh, I heard it all day. Everyone wanted to come up and say something, Cody, yeah. Yeah, he showed up in the playoffs quite a bit. He sure did. I just don't know where he's at right now, how good he is. I think that the Cubs are really weighing heavily whether to keep him at kind of a rate you would think, oh my gosh, he should have been making so much. Oh yeah, that's right, you're a different time zone. Aloha, my man. Or as they say in Fast Times, aloha, Mr. Lee. I miss our homegrown guys, and I wish they would do better with that. I think the approach of bringing in too many outsiders has been a problem. Corey Seager should still be a Dodger. I know he's injury prone. I get that. Maybe he's our first baseman. If he would have gotten paid, he would have eventually gone to first base. 2013, yeah, that was Hanley. My gosh. Friedman has failed us writing off of Coletti and Logan White. Hey, there's a lot of truth to that. He's done a lot of really good things. I mean, but I think there's been some not keeping our guys matters because there was a cohesion with those guys. This group's just a bunch of what are they called? Mercenaries. They're a bunch of mercenaries. Yeah, bring back Logan White. Find a way. Oh, No Name, thank you. Thank you very much, No Name. Appreciate you. You are my favorite. I appreciate it. Yeah, I don't get a lot of tips or anything like that, but I'll take it. I appreciate all the love. Likes, please spread the word. On this channel, I think I've read just about every text. I try to do that. I think it's super important. Won't go away though. Oops, I got things in the wrong order. I hope I didn't miss anything. Friedman was master at hoarding pitching prospects that end up getting hurt. I know. Yeah, I think with the pitching prospects, if you have a chance to trade them, you got to trade them. Switch the development. I really liked, in 2020, every starter on the pitching staff, every game was started by a homegrown guy. Those homegrown guys were Walker Buehler, Tommy John. Clayton Kershaw is out. Another one. Thank you, No Name. Jeez. Appreciate you, man. Dustin May, toast. Tony Gonsolin, toast. Julio Urias, jackweed. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, keep it moving. Thanks for coming aboard. I want to see a Dodger team without Dave before major trades. We have had great teams in the past. One thing in common about those teams, Dave. Yeah, I don't know if you caught it earlier. I said it a couple times now in different podcasts, and it was from a guy at Joseph Dutch on the X or Twitter X, whatever it is. And he said the Dodgers have not beaten a better team than them in the playoffs since 2016. Every team they've lost to teams every team they've played a team better than them, they lost. They've also lost to teams that aren't better than they are. Call it 2022, 2023. Now I think if they can beat the Padres this year, I think that would change that because I think the Padres right now are a better team. But that said, a World Series winner, at least in NLDS, I don't think fans can forgive another season. I think the real fans will really be upset and kind of going, I'm kind of just done in terms of my, spending all the extra money and all the time. Looking back, do you think trading for Glasnow was a huge mistake? No, but I think the way they handled him was, you sit up the guy who just come off the injured list and he's going 8 innings. They didn't baby him. He needs to be babied, and now they've paid the price. He's not ready for the playoffs. They could have done way better than they did, but they didn't. They don't know how to handle these guys. Just really frustrating. I'd write on, I'm sitting there, Glasnow's going, it's like, what? He's already at 90 pitches, and he's been on the injured list already. And I tweeted out, people are like, what are you saying? Blah, 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 he's hot. You guys don't get it. They're not getting it. They weren't getting him without the extension, though. Pep's been good for them, but he's been solid. Dave's been my only complaint with Dave is not getting those guys, that team, not at the top step. That was it. With Flaherty, they should have been at the top step. You don't get Glasnow without that extension. Now maybe they would have been going after him in free agency. I don't know. If you're going to call for Dave Roberts to be fired, you have to call for Betts to be traded. That's fair. That's fair. That's absolutely fair. Because now somebody in management And it won't be Friedman, because if he's let go, Ohtani's a free agent. So it will not be Friedman. But somebody in that, from below Friedman all the way down to the coaching staff, 2 or 3 people need to take the fall. Doesn't have to be Doc. It could be a pitching coach or a third base coach. AJ Smooth. Let's see. I really thought the best we would have got from him would be this year, and he would at least be healthy for the postseason. But nope. Yeah, they just didn't. I don't think they used him right. They just don't do that. Mookie has been such a letdown in postseason for us. Yeah, I know. It's been terrible. But he was really good in 2020. Not too bad in 2021. Friedman was too in love with Glasnow's hair. Hey, I've been up close to the guy. He's a gorgeous man. Pause. Like I told you, I was doing an interview with River Ryan and Glasnow's changing right next to me. I'm trying to keep him out of the camera. You know, like, bruh. Let's see. Tito would have been wonders for the Dodgers. Yeah, I would really like to see. I would like to see them not have just a mouthpiece. I would like to see them have somebody. If they're gonna, if they ever change the manager, let the person manage more than they do let Doc. And make it. I want a catcher, or someone, or a shortstop, or someone. Give me an Austin Barnes. Give me a Miggy Rose. Someone like that as my manager. Justin Turner is not it. He would be another Doc. When I say this, well, if we lose Roberts, has to go, and Mookie need traded for pieces, sign Soto. Yeah, all those things. They all have to be. They'll all be on the table, and I'll be writing up my stuff. Friedman and Gomes are the problem, not Dave. Not as aggressive at the trade deadline. Oh, they were pretty darn aggressive. I think the trade deadline was good. Yeah, they didn't get Crochet. There was some remember there's the questions about that whole playoffs thing. But Crochet had to take care of himself. So that might have been a factor there. Because if you go trade rushing and then all of a sudden Crochet's going, I don't think I can, Friedman had a great offseason, but it could have been greater. This channel was advocating for weeks to sign Blake Snell. Y'all think Blake Snell would have been helping right now against the Padres? Oh, heck yeah. Despite his walks. I disagree. I think it was a B+, A- deadline. They got the best starting pitcher that was traded. Again, I don't think you can't trade for what's not available. And if we know Skubal wasn't available, I would have traded everybody for him. Everybody. And the Crochet thing, that was a risk. And the way the Dodgers treat stuff, he probably comes here and he's Tommy John again. I mean, I'm just being straight up honest. This team has a knack, pun not intended, Landon. They have a knack of hurting guys. They're just doing that. There's something really broken right now. I don't know what it is. There's something broken though. Need to go hug. Yeah. We need to keep rushing and replace Freddie after he's done. That's in 3 years, but you never know. Maybe Freddie's traded. I don't know. Who knows? Everything's on the table. Everything. If they lose this thing. And even if they win the whole thing, you want to repeat. So who knows? We do know this. Shohei Ohtani's a Dodger. Tommy Edman will be back next year. Will Smith will be back next year. I do expect Max Muncy to be back next year. Adrian Gonzalez? Oh, just as an announcer or whatever in the booth. I'd like to see him actually in the booth. Let's try that instead of pre-post. Rushing would have been good at first base right now too. Yep. Yeah. No, I would if Freddie goes down, I want Dalton up. I just I'd bring Dalton. I know where he plays left field. I don't know. But I bring that left-handed stick up if Freddie's out. It's not Kiermaier. That ain't gonna help. They need offense. They think the world of rushing. They should have found a way to incorporate him now with Freddie out. Yeah, I'm not fighting you on that. I I thought there was a chance that he would come up in September. Talking with DMAC about that. Yeah, let Sandy Koufax come in. He was at the game the other day. Still looking good. He's like 89, 90 or something like that. Man, come on. Just keep going. Keep going, Sandy. You're the man. You are the man. I mean, I just hope that when Kershaw's like 80 years old, he's hanging around. That'd be really cool. I won't be around, but, maybe never know. We have 4 guys I believe locked for next year. 10 years, Mookie, Shohei, Smith, and Yam. Who makes it all the way through their contract with us? Shohei. Yeah, Rick Monday does have a calm voice. And he's just got he's willing to speak. I love it when he speaks up. I know people go, oh, he's just an old crotchety player. Stop it. All this coolness you guys think that some of y'all think is so important, you need you need some people holding people accountable. And that's what people like Rick Monday would do that. Jay Hare does that type of stuff. I think Kersh should go one more year. It depends, I mean, if this toe knocks him out, it'd be terrible. They need some other voices on this team. They need people like a Rick Monday with some pull. Like I said, I would hire Reggie Smith. I would hire Chase Utley. I would give them significant role. I'd hire Dave Stewart. I would give them significant roles in this organization to specifically provide feedback that is incorporated. Not all of it, but at least discussed and worked through. I don't care what the Padre fans. The Dodger fans were going, oh, Joe Davis is now rooting for the Padres. The Padres go, Joe Davis rooting for who cares? Joe Davis is the best out there right now. I don't care what anyone says. They can say whatever they want. And hey, I actually love the Padres announcers. Don Ursillo and Mark Grant, Magra. That's what Sandy Alomar called him, Magra. I love them. They're perfect for the Padres, and Padre fans love them. They're really good, and they're nice guys. I've met them both briefly, but really good dudes, and I really like those guys. They wouldn't fit with the Dodgers though. In fact, I would like to see Dodger announcers at the home announcers be less biased towards the Dodgers. I want more like Vin. I'm sick and tired of all the explaining why this, why that, about what, making excuses for Dodger players. Just say it like it is. What is Bauer Miller's future? Good question. I still give him who knows? They might have to put him in the bullpen next session. Who knows? Here we go. Ooh. I just like to look at these names. It's like prospect porn. Yoendry Vargas, Emil Morales, that's the guy. Josue De Paula, Eduardo Quintero, Chase Harlan. Your only hope for another young nucleus. And the shortstop. Can we agree Jessica Mendoza is horrendous? She's fine with Joe. Why do Dodger fans hate AJ Ellis? Well, I can't substantiate it. A lot of people think he was a leaker, and especially regarding Puig. So if you recall in 2016, trade deadline. There was a big stink with Puig. And it was Ken Rosenthal. I think it was Ken Rosenthal reported, or one of those really good, one of the good ones, said, oh, all this stuff about Puig, and people felt that, because remember AJ was traded a few weeks after that, it was a waiver trade. They got rid of him, and so they think that he was leaking, and he's a Padre, and kind of a bummer. Did Chase Brown get drafted with a leg injury? I didn't see that. I wish Instagram would just give me the latest and greatest of the players. I always miss stuff. Hope they can develop Kellen's power, but I'm a bit scared of his organization ruining him. Yeah, they don't know what to do with some of these guys. Let's hope they fix them, and not just. I think they're always trying to fit these guys into a certain box. That's what I get. I'm afraid of. Buying those pitchers too nasty. Might just a mental and mechanical thing. Oh yeah, so that mental thing. I mean, he has an issue. You got to go get him. You got to go talk to him right away. You can't sit there and let him melt. I don't know if that's true though. Okay, with AJ, I don't know if that's true. I'm just speculating and that's just rumors. No inside scoop from anyone. Just the rumors. Yeah, and things about maybe his family leaking information to Molly Knight or something like that. I don't know. Whatever happened to that clown, Molly Knight? This gossip queen. Yeah. I just don't know. Don't know if that's true. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm just, he's on the Padres now. He's hopefully perfectly happy. He was Clayton's guy, but I think Barnsley's been better in some ways. Yeah. So I'm gonna do a quick guess of the lineup. You guys can guess in also. I'm gonna go batting first. Will be that one guy, Shohei Ohtani. Batting 2, they'll still go with Mookie. Then it'll go Lux, Teo, Muntz, Smith, Keeks, Edman, and Rojas. However, I'm just going to throw this out there. What if the Dodgers all of a sudden flipped Ohtani and Mookie? Yeah, even Dustin maybe became a contact pitcher. Dodger pitchers can't get strikeouts even if they have nasty stuff. It is weird. Yeah, imagine if they could stay healthy, but yeah, they got 2 good pitching staffs on the IL right now. It's just, and it's just, I think, to be honest, I started really thinking about just quitting this stuff. When all of us, River went down, Gavin went down. It's like, what is going on? What are you guys doing to this team? Meanwhile, the Braves poop out. Yeah, Spencer. Yeah, that guy. And he's better than anything the Dodgers have produced since Buehler. I know. They've had all these big guys that are supposed to be good. I mean, Urias was good for a bit. He was really good. After 2022, he was done. I tell you, I remember at FanFest 2023, Julio was fat again. He was looking fat. He didn't look good. Then he did the WBC, and he wasn't very good with the Dodgers, and then he decided to beat up on his wife. All these guys, Emmett Sheehan, all these guys I've met, I've watched them, and they're just blowing them out left and right, and it just seems like they don't. And this isn't correct, but it feels like they don't care. I know they care, but it's like, you're just going through these guys like they're nothing. And a lot of these guys, they haven't made their money. And they're already blown out. Now they got to wait. River, we're not going to see River Ryan until 2016. We're not going to see Emmett Sheehan, and I'm going to guess, till 2016. Or 2026. What am I saying? 2016, jeez. 2026. We'll see May next year. We'll see Gonsolin. I don't know what we're going to get out of them. One of them, some may be traded because they're both coming up on contract years, I think. Who knows what we get with Miller? He hasn't had that big injury. Hopefully he doesn't. Just so many really good pitchers are down now. So it's and Kyle Hurt. I thought Kyle Hurt was going to be a really big part of this team. Miguel Vargas is supposed to be doing things like Mark Vientos is doing right now. Yeah, I know. That's a disappointment. I hope he really can get his act together in Chicago, and I think he will. I don't know how he did this because that was so dumb. Just a weird thing. I don't know what he did. But yeah. So that's what I think the lineup will be, you know. I wouldn't be surprised to see something different. But yeah, bottom I would go Kike 7, Edman 8, Rojas 9. Go from there. Too many Dodger dogs. Yeah, for Julio it's too many beers. Too much alcohol. And you know the worst thing with Julio is I had a couple interactions with him. And I really liked the guy. I really did. You know, a really friendly guy. It was so disappointing. I remember when the first one in 2019, I was actually depressed. I was really bummed about that. And then 2023, it's like, screw this guy. Choking on an antler. Long list of failed prospects. Yeah. I will ask him. I'll ask him. If I get a chance, so the good thing is I have nothing to lose. I just need the access. I need the chance to ask him the question. Because guess what? I'm going to get paid a whole $10 this month for this stuff. Not quite paying the bills. This ain't paying the bills. Jackson, I hope so. I'm just so afraid they're going to hurt him. So it's like, trade all the pitchers before they get hurt. Julio Urias? Yeah, he speaks Spanish. His English is okay. I spoke with him in English in 2018 and a little bit in 2023. But yeah, it's disappointing. That whole thing. You know what? These guys, they're not heroes. They're just baseball players. That's okay too. Let's see. They're baseball players. There's nothing special about them other than they're really good baseball players. I think the minors are building them up. They only pitched 3 or 4 innings to start. Yeah. I think Ferris and Kasparis have gone past 7. Hey, put Kasparis on this roster. I think we've talked about that already. He should be on this roster. I'd put him in over Grove. Next one. And I like Michael, but he just comes in and yeah. No, it's okay. About the English versus Spanish. That's okay. But he definitely speaks Spanish. But 2 domestic violences against Julio. And the thing is, he's just going to repeat. There's no justice there. Yeah, there's something. Yeah, they're not building these guys up well enough. And then you're also right, Mike. We're seeing these guys at such a young age going down. Edgardo was 19 when he had his first Tommy John. And there's other ones. There's been a ton of guys. They just kind of vanish, and then they come back. I'm sure, I don't know, maybe Maddox Bruns is going to go through that now. Should MLB get rid of the pitch clock? Absolutely. Get rid of all those stupid little rules that they added. All of them. I hate all of them. Every new rule in the last 10 years I hate. It's not baseball. Giving his auto-generated response. It's hard to hit on draft picks when you lose draft picks and move back. We also love our flexibility, internal optionality, yada, yada, yada. And then, of course, there's the Dave Roberts. I really liked him in that spot. And then Kirsten's like, oh, yeah, me too. Just great, Kirsten works for the Dodgers, so she's not going to ask any hard questions. She's going to ask the stock questions. And to be honest, asking hard things will lose you access. I would like to ask some hard questions. I'm willing to do it, and if I lose some access, I'm good with that. Yeah, I think it's more than trainers, but there should be some new voices in here. There's got to be some new voices coming in that we'll talk about. Davism, yeah. Yeah. I just think we need some. I would like to have a little bit more old school manager. Someone who actually runs the game. I don't know if the Dodgers would let him do that, but I think they should. I think every team uses analytics. We know that. But let's, going backwards here. I love Dave Stewart, man. Yeah, bring in the ABS pitch challenge, absolutely. Dave Stewart would make a big difference. Just got to listen to him. I know Dave. My son played for him. I think you probably know that. Dave's a great man. He's trying to do some bigger things, trying to get a team from Nashville, but I'd still like to see him. And I know he's working with the A's and all that, but I'd love to have him in the organization. Lifestyle possible factor. Hey, Orlando, what they do off the field. I know Mookie has way too many distractions. I think he needs distractions. There's nothing wrong with some distractions. But doing a podcast the day after you lose to a team with Fernando Tatis, you got to be kidding me. Like he did 2 weeks ago. That was disgusting. There's games to be played. And if he does any podcast during these playoffs, it would be very wrong. How about that? Fam the guy, yeah, get Fam. Again, yeah, guys like Maddox and Johnson. Yeah, and bring some more stuff. Chargers or Rams? I go Chargers. I don't watch football anymore though. Dodgers consider promoting the AAA skill to come manage the big league team. I doubt it. They'll probably do something dumb like Justin Turner. They're going to want another yes man. They're not going to want someone who's going to be a Miggy Rowe or Austin Barnes that's going to know more and run the team better, I think. That's what I would do. Or I'd have like maybe Miggy Rowe as the manager and Barnesy is the bench coach. Whew, that'd be nice. That would be good. That's what I'd want. I want that catcher shortstop type. I don't need outfielders as the coach. Phil Jackson had a stern talk with Shaq to make him drop all his extracurriculars and only focus on ball. Shaq says it was the biggest turning point in his career. Well, does Freeland have star potential at shortstop? No. I think he will be a solid major leaguer. What happened to Diego Cartaya? He forgot he hasn't hit. Yeah, and what happened in the next 3 years with the Lakers, huh? 3 world championships and a legacy cemented. Dave Roberts might just be the Doc Rivers of the NBA or MLB. Yeah, well, 1 world championship. And who knows? Maybe Doc will just go, I'm done. Time to move on. I don't know. I don't know how much he likes, loves LA. I think he. Fun fact, Vladimir Putin is an Ohtani fan. Everyone should be an Ohtani fan. Or you got to at least respect the game. Yeah, we saw what happened to Buehler. Yeah, it's disgusting. Drop off the course stuff. Focus on being the best center in the league. You won All-Star MVP, regular season, finals MVP, and 3 world championships in a row. And then got one, a couple years later, right, with Miami. Yeah. Doc will never do that. He'll never do that. That's what, You know who would? Chase Utley, Dave Stewart, Reggie Smith. Those guys would tell him to do it. Those are the hardest dudes I know out there, that are out there. And I don't know Reggie Smith, but he was one of my favorite players growing up. And, of course, we saw Chase Utley. Those guys are hard. Those are old school guys. I think we just need some of that. Oh, geez, it's late. I got to get to bed, folks. All right. Well, tomorrow's a big day. A big, big freaking day. I got my baseball rosary. Got my big blue cross. We'll see what happens. Yeah, it's terrible look, Jay Smooth. Terrible, terrible, terrible. I 100% believe that. Yeah. Utley would be all over there. Yeah. Pause. All right. Thanks again, everybody. Sorry to end it kind of abruptly, but this went way longer than I should have been doing it, so I appreciate it. Again, prayers for the people in Orlando, especially my son, and my friend. Yep. Mike, good night. Good night, everybody. As we like to say, first of all, thank you so much. Dodgers in 3. Let's do it. As always, God bless and go Dodgers.